These 10 objects were dug out of British soil, and everyone raises more questions than it answers. A cup nobody can explain the twin of. A helmet buried alone for no reason anyone's worked out. A stone carving that vanished without trace. And at number 1, something so strange that 200 years of study still haven't settled who made it, or why. Let's start at number 10. In the 10th place, the Ringlemere Cup. Discovered in 2001 near Sandwich, Kent, this Bronze Age vessel was found crushed almost flat by a tractor's plough. Conservators pieced together the fragments, revealing a gold cup dating to between 1700 and 1500 BC. Only a handful of these ribbed gold beakers exist in Europe. The real puzzle lies 250 miles away in Cornwall, where the near-identical Rillerton Cup was found. Built with the same metallurgical blueprint, it suggests an ancient, highly connected network of craftsmanship across prehistoric Britain. How these two masterfully crafted twins ended up so far apart remains entirely unexplained. Number 9. The Mould Gold Cape. Discovered by workmen in Flintshire, Wales in 1833, this object consists of a single sheet of gold beaten to paper-thin perfection. Created between 1900 and 1600 BC, the cape was found draped over a skeleton inside a Bronze Age burial mound. While its beauty is undeniable, its design is highly impractical. The garment is so rigid that it completely immobilizes the wearer's arms, pinning them to their sides. Its small dimensions suggest it was tailored for a slight person, possibly a teenager. With no equivalent in the ancient world, it remains unclear who wore this golden cage, or what ceremony demanded complete physical restraint. Number 8. The Crosby Garrett helmet. Discovered by a metal detectorist in Cumbria in May 2010, this late 2nd century Roman cavalry parade helmet is a remarkably rare find. Made of copper alloy, the nearly complete visor and face mask feature a striking, classical design topped by a decorative winged griffin crest. But its discovery raised major archaeological questions. The helmet was found folded and buried entirely alone, isolated from any grave, human remains, or settlement. Why would such an immensely valuable piece of military prestige be deliberately hidden in the earth and never reclaimed? Its later sale at auction for over £2 million only heightened its legend, leaving its true purpose forever buried in Cumbrian soil. Number 7. The Norton Disney dodecahedron. Unearthed in a Lincolnshire field during the summer of 2023, this hollow, 12-sided bronze object is roughly 1,700 years old. It is the 33rd example found in Britain, joining about 130 others scattered across the former Roman Empire. Yet, despite their widespread footprint, not a single surviving Roman text, drawing or map ever mentions them. The Norton Disney find shows no physical wear around its various holes, ruling out use as a weapon or a standard workshop tool. With no written records and no matching equipment, these metal frames remain a complete puzzle, leaving scholars to debate whether they were celestial calculators or pagan symbols. Number 6. The Hexham heads. In 1971, 2 young brothers unearthed 2 small tennis ball-sized stone faces while weeding their garden in Northumberland. These artifacts quickly gained notoriety when the family reported the heads shifting positions on their own and emitting low-frequency vibrations. When a folklorist took them for study, she reported terrifying disturbances, including phantom wolf sightings. Skeptics pointed to a local man who claimed he carved them as toys in 1956, but his attempts to replicate the stones failed to convince scientists. Petrographic analysis later confirmed the heads were indeed carved from limestone, not molded. Before researchers could establish their true age, both objects vanished from storage in 2001, leaving their supernatural legend entirely unresolved. 5th place, the Cleopatra's Needle. Time capsule. Sealed beneath the Victoria Embankment obelisk in 1878, this lead-sealed container holds a bizarre snapshot of Victorian life. Inside lie coins, hand-rolled Spanish cigars, children's toys, hairpins, a glass baby bottle, and portraits of 12 women selected as England's prettiest. Yet this celebration of empire is shadowed by a maritime tragedy. During its 1877 transport from Egypt, a violent Bay of Biscay storm nearly sank the obelisk, drowning 6 crewmen. Though later recovered and buried beneath the monument, this capsule sat entirely forgotten for over a century. The lingering question is why Londoners preserved these specific domestic tokens alongside a relic of ancient history, leaving their choices buried in the damp earth. Number 4. The Kingoodie quarry nail. In 1844, stonecutters in a Scottish quarry split open a massive block of Devonian sandstone and discovered a corroded iron nail embedded solidly inside the rock. The stone was later dated to between 380 million and 410 million years old, a time long before humans, or even dinosaurs, walked the earth. Renowned physicist Sir David Brewster formally reported the find, and the block was briefly displayed in Edinburgh, but the artifact soon vanished. Passed from hand to hand, the nail was lost from Brewster's estate after his death, leaving researchers with no physical evidence to analyse. Today, scientists can neither prove it a brilliant hoax nor authenticate an impossible ancient tool, leaving the paper trail as the only surviving evidence. Coming to the top 3, the Staffordshire Hoard. Unearthed in a field in July 2009, this discovery shattered previous assumptions about Anglo-Saxon England. It remains the largest hoard of gold from the era ever found, comprising around 4,600 individual fragments that contain over 5 kilograms of gold and nearly 1.5 kilograms of silver. Yet, the real mystery lies in what the deposit actually contains. Almost every single piece is military gear, violently stripped from prestigious weapons, including sword pommels, helmet crests, and horse harness fittings. Oddly, there are no coins, no domestic items, no nearby settlements, and absolutely no skeletal remains. Scholars are deeply divided over why this elite collection of war spoils was assembled and buried. Was it a massive trophy cache, a religious offering to old gods, or emergency treasure hidden during a conflict and never recovered? The true story of this golden graveyard remains entirely unresolved. In second place, the Rendlesham Forest incident. Over several nights in late December 1980, US Air Force personnel stationed in Suffolk reported strange, flashing lights descending into the pine trees. When a security patrol went to investigate, they recorded physical changes on the forest floor. They documented charred bark, broken branches, and 3 triangular ground indentations measuring 15 centimeters deep. Most notably, a follow-up team using a Geiger counter logged radiation readings roughly 10 times higher than normal background levels near the landing site. These details were officially recorded in a memorandum written by Lieutenant Colonel Charles Holt, which later became public under Freedom of Information laws. Skeptics suggest the airmen misidentified astronomical objects or the sweeping beam of the nearby Orfordness lighthouse. Because the Ministry of Defence chose not to treat the event as a security threat, the file was closed, leaving the recorded physical anomalies completely unresolved. This contrast between official physical readings and dismissive military conclusions keeps the case hotly debated. And finally, in first place, the Lewis Chessmen. Found in 1831 in a sand dune on the Isle of Lewis, these 93 walrus ivory pieces have puzzled researchers for nearly 2 centuries. Likely carved in Trondheim, Norway around 1200, their expressive, wide-eyed faces are iconic. Yet how or why they were buried on a remote Scottish beach remains unresolved. They might have been a merchant's hidden stock after a shipwreck, left behind forever. The story took a wild turn in 2019 when a missing piece, bought for £5 in 1964, emerged from an Edinburgh family drawer and sold for £735,000. 4 pieces are still missing. All 10 of these discoveries were pulled directly from British soil, physical proof of history's gaps. Which of these mysteries is the most haunting to you? Share your thoughts and tell us about your own local unexplained finds to help shape Part 2. Subscribe to support the channel. These 10 real discoveries from British soil prove history is a puzzle with missing pieces. Which mystery stayed with you most? Tell us in the comments to help build Part 2 with your own unexplained local finds. Subscribe for more deep dives into the unknown.